This is another Procore usage and utilization update. On this video, we're going to be reviewing how to use the observations tool, which is going to show us how to record and document anything that's going on during the project, during the execution of a project where another trade or site conditions or anything else that is out of our control is going on that is preventing us from making forward progress on that project. This is particularly important when you have a deadline approaching and there's no way that we're going to be able to complete our work because of another trade. This is especially applicable when it comes to working with door hardware contractors and electricians. So on your project tools page, you'll see this right here at the top right of my screen, this observations tool with the binoculars, okay? And you can use these observations similar to the way we use the punch list tool. What I mean by that is you can drop icons onto the drawings that show exactly where this deficiency or observation is, all right? So by deficiency is what we mean is there is something that is deficient, that is holding us up, that is preventing us from making progress. So let's say, for example, here at door 1.10 that we have installed our card reader, we've installed our door contact, but we can't install our lock, or rather we can't make our connections to the lock that has an integrated Rex in it yet because we're missing a pathway, okay? Let's say that there is pathways, and at this site in particular, they have breakout boxes above each door, and there's a conduit pipe that goes from the breakout box, or they're supposed to be, from the breakout box to the transfer hinge, all right? And let's say this specific door does not have that pathway. So what I'm gonna do is on this toolbar on the right-hand side of my screen, I'm gonna click on this pin tool. It's gonna give me a few options here, okay? There's photos, punch list, observations, and quick captures. So the observation is OBS here with the binoculars icon. I'm gonna select that and I'm just gonna drop it next to the door number, okay? Now I'm presented with all sorts of options here. You can ignore everything here with the exception of deficiency, which is at the very top of my screen right now. So I'm gonna select deficiency, all right? Here it says where what. Because what this means is where is the deficiency, what is the deficiency, all right? It's just a reminder to everybody, okay? So I select that and automatically my title here says where what. So we are gonna put a very informative title here that is extremely critical and important that we keep all of them uniform across projects. The reason for that being is because it is very difficult to pull a report and give this stuff to clients or contractors or whoever if these aren't uniform and arranged in a way that makes sense. So the way we do this is where is going to be the door number. So this door number is 1.10, okay? You're gonna put 1.10 dash, all right? And then you're gonna put, if it's for this one, it's a pathway issue. So we're gonna put a pathway, okay? Let's say it is, we're missing some door hardware. Let's say the door is missing completely. There's not even a door installed there yet. Or there's a door frame missing, or there's a transfer hinge missing. Anything of that nature, you're just gonna put door hardware, okay? Now, let's say we have a camera that's going to be installed. The cameras are supposed to be installed on a back box that's a dual gang electrical box, all right? Or another good example would be that we have card readers that need to be installed still. We've dropped our cable there and everything already, but we can't install our card reader yet because the walls are not finished. They still need to put primer on the walls and they need to put paint on the walls before we can install our card reader there. That will fall under mounting location. Okay? So those are the three primary types of deficiencies: mounting location, door hardware, and pathway. All right. So that's going to be your title. All right. It's going to be, where is the door? What is mounting location? Or in this specific example we're running through, pathway. All right. And I click done. Okay. Now, you can see what fields are required and which ones aren't. Title is required. Title is required. We've already got that one. Type is deficiency, which it will always be. Assignee. For the assignee, you're going to put your project manager, okay? If you don't know who your project manager is, figure it out. Ask around. Typically, if you're a subcontractor, it's going to be your point of contact with AKT. If you're with AKT, you probably know who your project manager is. So I just put myself here for this example, okay? Then I'm going to scroll down at the very bottom. Now we have description, okay? Description, so just like I said, we are missing pathway from breakout box to transfer hinge. Okay. There's some other things, there's some other fields here, but you don't need to worry about those really. If you're gonna fill out priority, put urgent always. Do not ever check the private box. It makes it, if you do check the private box, then nobody else can see it. All right. Lastly, and probably one of the most important things is, at the top of the screen, you can see it says camera and attachments. All right. We need to have a picture of this because we go present these to other contractors in a big coordination meeting with everybody. All right. Other contractors will argue and push back and say that they've done it, even though they haven't done it. And it just makes the meeting, pointless, basically, where it becomes like a little petty argument and nothing gets done. Once we take a picture, okay, so here is my hinge. For this pathway, obviously it's kind of difficult. So let's say what I would do is I would unscrew this hinge, all right, and then take a picture to show that there's not a pathway there. Or if I had drop tile here, I would pop open the drop tile and say, look, there's no pathway here. So I would save this one, and then let's say I pop off my hinge here, and I take a picture of this also, and I click save, all right, and then done. Now I have pictures here, okay? Once I have taken my pictures, this observation is complete. I click save, all right? And now you'll see I have these thumbtacks for our punch list, and I have the binoculars for the observation, okay? I can click on here, and so let's say 2 weeks have gone by, all right? And I go and I do a walkthrough, and I see that there hasn't been, I see that nothing has happened on this door yet, and everything's the same, right? I'm going to click on the comment tool. So right across the top of this banner, it says edit. Then to the left, there's the share button. And to the left of that, with the pencil and the square, that is the comment button. I'm going to click on comment, and I'm going to put missing pathway still. Okay. And then I'm going to click send. All right. Now, what this does is down here at the bottom now, you can see under activity, Procore administrator on July 25th at 11:59 a.m. said the pathway is still missing. Okay. So let's say another 2 weeks go by and I'm another technician out on the site, I can look down and say, oh, look, we haven't checked this for 2 weeks. I'm going to go check it real quick. And, you can make note accordingly. The notes or these comments are really critical because it provides a log. So let's say a month goes by and we still don't have a pathway here. Well, then it's really easy for us to, bring this to the general contractor and be like, hey, like we've been documenting this. Here is a log of us documenting this. Like you can't be trying to make us come out here and hurry because a deadline's approaching when we've been waiting on this for a month. It's just, we're working as a team here together to be sure that nobody can say that it's our fault or that we didn't try hard enough, because we all bust our ass and we do try hard enough. And so that's kind of what this is just making a record of. All right. So once I'm done here, just click done. That's just for viewing it and making log. That's it as far as what you guys need to do. A couple of notes though, real fast. So whenever you open up a project, it's best practice to go into the observations the same way you would do with punch lists. Refresh that page, click the download button, okay, and it'll download all the attachments for you. Go back over to your drawings, click sync, all right, and just be sure that everything's synced. This will be sure that the observations that somebody else added have now been downloaded and synced on your app so that you can see them all right? Otherwise, sometimes they won't populate, okay? The other thing, just make note of, the reason why we are strict about these titles is because of this right here. So this is nice and clean, it's clear, and it's easy for other contractors to navigate. So you see here we have our pathway with pictures. And on the information, the description says missing a pathway from the breakout box to transfer hinge. That's the one we just made. Then we have a door hardware one. This says we're missing the electric strike that was supposed to be provided by the door hardware contractor, and it's not even installed yet. And then we have another one that says it's also another door hardware. It says missing transfer hinge. So we could have the lock and everything installed, like if it's an electrified handset or something, but we can't do anything. We can't connect to the transfer hinge because it's not there yet, and it was supposed to be provided by the door hardware contractor. Okay, so make a note real quick. I know these don't have pictures. All right, I just doing these for as an example, but always take pictures of anything that you're able to take a picture of related to this. All right, obviously don't make it slow your workday down to where you're spending an hour trying to dig into a wall to take a picture of a pipe that's concealed behind the drywall or something. Don't be ridiculous about it, but anything you can do to provide evidence of the deficiency is great. So hope you found this helpful. Be sure that if you have any questions on this Procore stuff, you can reach out to myself at travis@aktelsolutions.com. Or you can also always contact Procore at aktelsolutions.com and it@aktelsolutions.com. Thanks, guys.